So if you're a huge fan of Kiss and vinyl records like I am, then stay tuned because this is absolutely the best vinyl record score that I've ever found at a flea market. And it's not just because these albums are Kiss, it was what was inside these records that made this even more awesome. And I'm gonna need your help identifying one of the items that I found inside these records because I've absolutely never seen it before. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to share with you, as promised, some items from my personal Kiss collection. And I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video because there's just a lot of cool Kiss memorabilia in here. And I'm just a huge fan and it just gets me excited. But with that, let's get right into it. Alright, let's get right into it with the 1974 debut album by the rock band Kiss. Now, you gotta love it. This is arguably one of Kiss's best studio albums, in my opinion. You know why? Because there's so many good songs on this record. You have Strutter on here, you got Firehouse, you got Cold Gin, you have Deuce on here, Black Diamond, and there's a really, really good song that kind of reminds me of like the Allman Brothers meets like Thin Lizzy. I think it's called The Love Theme by Kiss or something like that. But man, when I found this record and I put it on and I listened to it a few times, I really, really love that song. But more importantly, it is not about the record itself, it's what I found inside the record. I'm going to show you this at the very end of the video, and man, it's just insane. And hopefully you guys can help me identify whatever's inside I'm about to show you. Anyway, I really love this record, and again, it's one of Kiss's best records. So let's get right into the next one. Alright, so next item up out of the Kiss Haul, we have the 1976 Kiss Destroyer LP. Now this, again, has a lot of really fantastic songs on it, especially if you're a big fan of Kiss. Now this one has more of the, a lot of the popular songs that you probably are used to. You got Detroit Rock City on here, you have God of Thunder, everybody knows that. There's a really cool song on here called Flamin' Youth. And when I put the record on the other day and I was just kind of listening to it, I was like, man, that's a really good song. I totally forgot about it. That's a really awesome song. So if you have Destroyer, if you have it on vinyl or on CD, anything like that, throw it on YouTube even and listen to it. It's a really nice song. But anyway, you got some other good songs on here. You got Shout It Out Loud, you got Beth, and Do You Love Me? That's another really fantastic Kiss song. I really like that one too. But anyway, this is a great record, great album cover, and let's get right into the next one. Now this next record is one that I was most excited about with this pick for a number of reasons. Number one, this was the first vinyl record that I ever had. I had two vinyl records that my parents got for me for, it was either Christmas or a birthday, I don't remember at this point, it's been a long time. Anyway, I had Kiss Alive 2 and I had Def Leppard Pyromania. So a little funny story about Kiss Alive 2, it wasn't until a couple months later that I discovered that there was actually tattoos on the inside of the record. So I remember putting them on as a little kid, and I ran into my parents' bedroom at the time. They were sleeping in the morning. I jump up on the bed. I'm like, oh my God, look at these, look at these. You know, it was a funny little story. But anyway, this is one of the first records I ever had, and I still love it to this day. I haven't listened to it in a long time, to be honest with you. But I do have it on CD and I'll have it on vinyl. I have a couple other upstairs. But anyway, what made this awesome about this pick, now every time I go to the flea market and I'm digging through records and I see this, the first thing I hunt for is those darn tattoos. And 10 out of 10 times, I've never seen them when I went to a flea market. I've seen them online a million times, but never ever have I came across a Kiss Alive 2 that had the actual tattoos until now. And they weren't actually in this record. I was really disappointed when I came home because it had the pamphlet without the tattoos. However, when I was going through the Gene Simmons solo record and I pulled the poster out and with the other inserts, I went to go put them back in and I felt like something got stuck. So I put the thing down, I looked back in there, I reached in there, bang, the tattoos were inside of the Gene Simmons solo album. So man, I wish I had that on video because I was like a little kid on Christmas. But anyway, I guess I'm still like a little kid on Christmas because here they are and I'm still excited about it. Anyway, this is one of my favorite finds about the pick. And again, at $10 a piece for these records, I got an absolute steal on these and I'm still happy about this. And I probably picked these up, honestly, about, I'd say about 6 months ago. So when I'm done here, here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to pull everything out of the records, all the inserts, and I'll take a couple pictures and I'll throw them up on there. That way you get to appreciate a lot of the stuff that was on the inside. Because actually I don't even remember. There might even be more stuff in here. But anyway, we'll go through it. There you go. All right, so this is one of the crazier parts of this pick. I got a set of the 4 Kiss solo albums from 1978. Now, you typically can find these anywhere. I've bought and sold a lot of these records. Even if they're not in great shape or they don't have the inserts or the posters, I still buy them because people love them, just because you could frame these and put them on your wall and they look just super awesome, right? So anyway, let's take a better look at these. So first up, we have the Kiss Paul Stanley solo record from 1978. But if you flip it around, it had the original poster in it, and it also had one of the inserts in it, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's very rare when I go to the flea market and I'm digging through records that I find the inserts in these records. And that's why what makes this pick super special is almost all these records had inserts in them. Absolutely insane. So anyway, let's get into the next one. This is the 1978 Gene Simmons solo record, and this one's nice too. And this had the poster, the insert right there, the merchandise insert, but it also had an additional insert here, which I've never even seen before. So this is really fantastic as well. And I'll see if I'll pull these posters out at the end for you, just in case you want to see them. But they're really cool. They're kind of like puzzle pieces that you put together in case anyone's never seen them before. So here we have the 1978 Peter Criss solo record. Now honestly, I don't even know if I've ever listened to this record in its entirety. I probably should, just for fun one morning. I'll put it on and see what it's like. Anyway, it's got the original poster in the back. Awesome. You really can't go wrong. And the best for last, this is my favorite out of the 4 solo records, of course, is Mr. Ace Frehley. And if you turn it around, yeah, that's the nice insert. And these inserts are where you can find a lot of the Kiss merchandise. That's where you'd order from if you want the keychain, the belt buckle, which I have upstairs, t-shirts and stuff like that, Kiss necklace. And behind that is the Ace Frehley poster. So a quick shout out to everybody that has subscribed to this channel so far. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed to the channel so far, and if you like vintage toys from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, vinyl records, Kiss stuff, definitely subscribe and hit the little notification bell. This way you get notified when I upload all the latest content to YouTube. With that, let's get right into it. All right, next item up, we have the 1979 Kiss Dynasty record. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this record, I have to say, but there's a couple things I do like. I love the album cover. This is a fantastic album cover, and I really love the outfits that they had for the Kiss Dynasty tour, so I thought that was pretty cool. This one came with a really awesome poster on the inside, and there's a couple of good songs on here. I'll say a couple. We'll go with 2000 Man and I Was Made for Loving You. That's the other one. That's the only 2 I probably know on this record. I mean, I've listened to the record a few times, but not one of my favorites, but again, still an iconic Kiss record for sure. So let's get right into the next one. All right, so the last item in the Kiss record haul was this one right here, and I actually did not have this as part of my personal collection upstairs. So this is Kiss the Elder, and I think this came out around 1981, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not real familiar with it. The only thing I do remember is nobody really cared for it that much. But anyway, I went, before this video, before I put this out, I listened to it a couple times, and there's actually a couple of cool little songs on there. It definitely doesn't sound like Kiss. It kind of reminds me of like you took acid or drank a bunch of beer at a Renaissance fair or something like that. That's what that reminds me of. Not like I've ever done that before, but it sounds like fun, I guess. Anyway, this is pretty cool, and the only reason that I added it to the pick when I found these records is because I didn't have it, and I thought it was interesting. So anyway, it's a different kind of concept album from Kiss. Not everybody loved it, and after listening to a few songs on it, I could kind of see why. But again, it is kind of interesting when you read the backstory. You know, you got to give the artist some credit, and I think Gene Simmons came up with a lot of stuff on this record. So you can't really knock it. I mean, when's the last time you put a concept record together, you know what I mean? But anyway, there you go. It was overall a really cool haul, and now I'll share with you a lot of the stuff on the inserts. And actually, I'm going to start out with the best one first, so stay tuned. All right, so one of the coolest items that came out of the Kiss record haul was this poster right here. Now, I was going through all the records when I came home, and I was going through all the inserts and posters that came inside the records and stuff like that. And this guy I pulled out of the 1974 Kiss debut record. Now, obviously, this is from 1977. This is from the Love Gun, I think it was April 1977, actually, by Barry Levine out in Los Angeles, California. I think that was a photographer that did the Love Gun shoot. But anyway, what made this thing super awesome, I tried to look it up to see what it was worth, and I didn't find any examples quite like this one. Now, what I mean by that is Gene Simmons, you know, there's different poses on them on the cubes, and the one with his mouth open like that, I never seen an example, and I Googled the heck out of it, I eBayed it, I looked all over the place. So if anybody knows anything about this poster, definitely leave a comment down below. I didn't see the bill of coin stamp on the bottom, anything like that, but it looks definitely like it was intended to be folded, because you got the, what, 2, 4, 6, 8 panels here, and it was inside the record. It looks like it was meant to be that way. So I don't know, maybe it came from a different country, I'm really not sure. Now there is a couple stains on the poster, if you could see. I don't know, maybe I'll do a close-up, maybe not. But I don't know, it looks like blood or something like that. Maybe it was from the Kiss blood when they put it in the comic book or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, it makes it extra cool. Yeah, it makes it rock and roll if you have blood on your poster when you find it. But anyway, I thought this thing was super awesome. I'm definitely going to keep it. Actually, this poster is sitting right above my desk over there where I work. But anyway, that's where it's going to stay. It's definitely not for sale, but if you do know anything about this poster, definitely leave a comment down below, because I'm interested. If you've seen an example with him with his mouth open, send me a picture or send me a little note or something like that. That would be cool. All right, stay tuned for the next item. All right, so this is crazy. As I was pulling out all the inserts so I can show them to you guys and put them up on the screen there, I found more inserts inside of the Kiss Destroyer record that I didn't even know that were in there. I don't even know what this stuff is. So it looks like there's a Kiss Army sticker in here. And I'm hoping this is the Peter Criss merchandise thing, because that's the one I'm missing. Dun, dun, dun. Nope. All right, that's all right. That works out. This looks like a Kiss Army. I don't know if it belonged to the Kiss Army kit or anything like that. So anyway, that's okay. We'll find the other Kiss solo insert. So while I'm here, I guess I'll show you all this stuff. So I just found this inside the Destroyer record. So here we have a Kiss Army sticker. Maybe it came with the Kiss Army kit. I really don't know. Here's a Kiss merchandise insert. That's pretty cool. You got the hat, the belt buckle, some posters. I have a Polaroid picture that I showed you in a prior video with that poster I had when I think it was 1977, 1978. Picture with my mom. That was pretty cool. So I'm going to set these down on the side while I do this. So this poster right here was inside the Dynasty LP. So I'm sure you've seen this before, but I'll pull it out real quick. Now, you see how careful I am with this crap, because I hate bending stuff up. Usually when I touch stuff, it starts ripping and stuff like that. So this poster looks like it's in really great shape. It does look like there's pinholes. Yeah, somebody definitely had this in their room or something. There's 4 tiny little pinholes in the corners, but that's all right. It's still in great shape. There's like no creases on this bad boy. So that's pretty nice. All right, so there's the Dynasty poster. What do we have here? What do we have here? Here's the Paul Stanley insert from the solo record. That's pretty nice. Here is the Paul Stanley poster. I'll try to be careful with this. Yeah, these things are awesome. And because excuse me, because I have all 4, I should probably puzzle these together and frame it. That would look really sweet. Anyway, look at the graphics. It kind of looks like Peter Max-ish. I don't know who did these, but it definitely looks like Peter Max or something like that. Definitely derived from his style. Anyway, what else do we got here? So here's another insert. Here's the Gene Simmons insert. Now, if you look at these on eBay, some of these inserts can sell for like $20 on up. And like right now, if I really want the Peter Criss one, I'll probably end up likely having to go on eBay, because a lot of times when I go to flea markets, even you saw that in the one video, like sometimes I just don't feel like digging through it anymore, you know what I mean? It depends on the day. If there's really not a lot there, I'll kind of dig through them if I'm in the mood for it. You know what I mean? So anyway, if you want these inserts, you can probably go on eBay and find them, but they can cost you a little bit of money. So anyway, I probably will pick up the Peter Criss one. So this one I thought was super interesting because I've never seen this insert before, and that came inside the Gene Simmons one. So this is kind of like a black and white, and they got some killer shirts on here and stuff. You got the Kiss pins, Kiss solo posters. Man, this thing's awesome. I really like this. Oh, you got those little like vinyl jackets and stuff. I remember those guys too. So let's look. What else we got here? We got all kinds of stuff, man. And it looks like there's tiny pinholes here too. So somebody obviously was a collector of Kiss and had these on their wall at some point. There's a little tiny pinhole here, but these are in super mint condition. So man, whoever, they took care of their stuff, not like I did when I was a kid. I probably destroyed half of my stuff. I don't have any of my Kiss stuff I had when I was a kid, and I had a lot of it. I probably beat it up. My mom probably threw it out, you know what I mean? But anyway, this is awesome. You got the Ace Frehley. I mean, the designs on these posters are just sick, man. They deserve to be hung up, you know? They don't deserve to be tucked away inside a record. You know, they should be displayed somewhere. But anyway, I just love this stuff. So this is a killer deal, man. All those records for 90 bucks with all these inserts. It's just a super score, man. Yeah, it's just crazy. I'm real excited. So this one, yeah, there's no holes on this one. And this one's really nice too. The graphics on this, I mean, look at this Peter Criss right here. He's probably singing Beth right there. Man, it's just super sick. Yeah, there he goes, handing out the roses and stuff. Yeah, thank God I got to see that reunion concert, and I got to see him perform that song, and that was great. I remember I did that. I threw out the towel and shit like that. Anyway, this is nice too. You got the Ace Frehley insert. That's pretty sweet. It looks like it's missing one part of the top. Here is the book that came out, The Evolution of Kiss. I believe this was inside the Kiss Alive 2. And this has some awesome photos in it. I remember this. I've bought this a couple times. I do find these every once in a blue moon inside the Kiss Alive 2 record. But you never, ever, ever see these tattoos. And these tattoos are just sick. And anyway, I put them in a comic book bag just so I can protect it. And they're like mint condition. I'm just super, super happy about these. I really like them. And then inside another one of the records was another Kiss Army sticker. And this thing's awesome too. So I really don't remember. Maybe they came with the Kiss Army kit. I really don't know. Or maybe they came in one of the records. I'm not really sure. I'm not an expert on vinyl, but I do buy it, obviously. But there you go. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed today's video. And if you do like Kiss merchandise and like collectible toys from like the 60s, 70s, and 80s and stuff like that, definitely subscribe to this channel because I have a lot more stuff. Actually do have a lot more Kiss stuff, and it's all in tubs and stuff like that, and I'll probably break it out at some point in time. I just got to go through everything, and it's kind of hard to do, you know what I mean? So anyway, everybody have a great week. Stay safe out there. See ya. Let's start out with the first shelf, and right in the middle of my collection is a Polaroid photo from 1978 with my mother and I holding up a Paul Stanley Kiss poster as one of my favorite pictures of all time, and it's definitely appropriate to add it right in the front in the middle of my collection. Anyway, in the back we have the Kiss Marvel Comics Super Special that I had CGC graded, and that came back at a 9.4. We have a couple of the Kiss Mego figures. We have Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. Over to the left you got the Kiss Magic Cup with Ace Frehley on the front. You have a couple packs of Kiss sealed cards. In the back there we got the Kiss Viewmaster reels, and on the bottom there you'll see a set of Kiss Wallace pencils. You got the Gene Pez dispenser, and I don't know if you can see this, but behind Gene is the little Love Gun insert that came inside the record. So there you go, that's the first shelf. Alright, next shelf. Let's start out with the Kiss lunchbox. Now I really love the Kiss lunchbox. It's just super cool. No matter where you put it, it always displays well. So whether you're a seasoned collector or a new collector to Kiss stuff, the Kiss lunchbox is definitely a good starting point. There's a lot of them out there, and you could find them at a pretty good, decent price, depending on the condition. So you can get these lunch boxes for around $200 in pretty good condition, and they could go all the way up to like $700 in really mint condition. Anyway, I really love the Kiss lunchbox, and it just displays awesome. One of my favorite items. So to the right, we have the original Kiss radio, and that is and still is in working condition, and it works great. I love that one. We have the Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park on VHS. You have the Peter Criss Mego figure in the back there. You also have the Kiss poster put-ons. Over to the left, we have the second Kiss comic book. To the bottom left there, you'll see the Kiss Pacifica belt buckle with Ace Frehley on the front. I really love that one because you had to order that from the inserts from the album covers, which you saw earlier in this video. So what else do we have here? We have one of the original, to the right on the bottom there, we have one of the original Kiss convention stubs. And that was pretty cool to go to those Kiss conventions back in the early 1990s. That was a real fun time, and you found a lot of good stuff at really, really good prices because this was pre-eBay. So anyway, that's a whole different story. But in the front there, we have a set of picks that we got personally from going to concerts. And now these weren't items that we got from ordering on eBay or anything like that. You know, we actually got the picks from going to the show. And I'll just rattle off a couple that we have there. So we have Eddie Van Halen. You got Paul Stanley. We have an Ace Frehley pick, and that one is really special to me because that was on the Psycho Circus tour, and he chucked it out and it hit me right in the chest, and I picked it up off the floor. So that was one of my favorite items. And the gold one down there, that's a Neil Young pick, and those are really, really, really hard to find and hard to get because I had to beg the guitar tech at the time after the show to give me that guitar pick for like 10 minutes. And he just didn't even acknowledge me, and that was at the Tower Theater in Philadelphia. But anyway, he finally gave in because he got tired of me pestering him, and he handed it to me. And he was worried I was going to put it on eBay. That was his problem with it. So there you go, buddy. I don't think he's still around anymore, unfortunately, but I still have the pick, and I made good on my promise. The last one we have there is from the Guns N' Roses tour. It's a pick from Slash, and that was from tour in Philadelphia when Skid Row opened up for Guns N' Roses, and we had second row seats, and that's how we got that pick there. That was pretty awesome. One of our favorites. All right, next shelf. This is one of my favorite shelves, actually. So let's start with the Kiss photo on the back. Now, I really love that. I picked that up at a flea market, and it's one of my favorite items because it says Rock and Roll Forever, and it's signed by Ace Frehley. And it's an original photo as well. And I got that for $25, which is an absolute steal. So anyway, I love that picture, and I'll definitely never sell it. It's just one of my favorites. So in the back there, we have the Ace Frehley Mego figure. And to the left, we have the Kiss pen. And I really love that one because a lot of times when you find these pens, the faces were turned to the back, so you couldn't even see the face on it. You would just see like the signature on the front. So number two, what I like about it, it's Ace Frehley, and he's just facing forward. So that's just a really cool pen, and I need to find the other ones. I used to have them a long time ago, and I sold them, unfortunately. But I'll be on the hunt for those guys. But anyway, we have a Kiss necklace down below. Right in the front there, we have a vintage pinback button with the band on the front. And then we have the Kiss cards, the Series 1 and 2, in very mint condition. And I'll just show you the little metal fingers with the skull on there, the bracelets at the bottom. It's pretty funny that I still have them because I have photos. And if anyone was around, a teenager back in the late 80s and early 90s, used to go around and maybe your girlfriend had a bunch of these bracelets and you'd acquire a lot of them from just meeting people, you know, even at concerts. You'd say, hey, can I have one of those bracelets? Anyway, I have a photo of me wearing these bracelets from back in the day and I still have them. So maybe I'm a little bit of a hoarder, but there you go, I still have them. So I think it's really cool, so I just put them in a showcase. Anyway, there you go. All right, so last two cases, we have the Kiss Gene Simmons Collegeville costume. In the back, we have the Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. I think that's the Japanese version, actually. We have some Kiss balloons from a concert in New Jersey that came down. That was pretty awesome to have. And down here, we have the Kiss color forms in the back. Unfortunately, this case is too small to display these, so I just have them sideways on the bottom. And we have the Kiss, another variation of the Kiss Ace Frehley Magic Cup. And then we have a bunch of Kiss 8-track tapes. I'm not going to take them out, but it's like the solo records. There's Kiss Alive 2 in there, both 8-track tapes. You got Hotter Than Hell, and I think I have Love Gun. Anyway, that's a pretty cool shelf, and I definitely love that. I need to get the other costumes. Unfortunately, I sold my costumes a long time ago, pre-eBay. I had all 4 in the mint condition. I sold them for about $400, and that's about crazy because you're going to pay almost more than that to get these items each back nowadays, and it's just insane. But anyway, there you go.